Welcome to Coach Business, the podcast. I'm your host, sometimes your coach, anytime you want, Caryn Gillen. And today's episode is completely inspired by a client who actually requested at the end of one of our sessions. She said, "Hey, I don't ever hear you talking about this. Can you please do a podcast on this?" So this one goes out to you, client. Thank you for asking. And to all my clients and to everybody listening, if there's a podcast episode you want to hear from me, I want to record it for you. You just got to let me know what it is. You know where to find me. You can DM me on Instagram. You can message me on LinkedIn, or you probably get emails from me. So message me back there. Okay. First, let me say this. If you are a coach who wants to get better at making entrepreneurial decisions, we need to talk. I have a membership for you. Comfortable in Business is open for enrollment. It's $200 a month, and you will get really good at making entrepreneurial decisions. All right. The episode today is about how not to worry about what people think. Essentially, how do I have thicker skin was the question, I think. And I thought about, what do we need in order to have quote unquote thick skin? I think for starters, I want everyone to know that you don't have to have thick skin. I am as permeable as the next person. I sometimes think about myself as tofu. I take on whatever flavor is around me, right? So that means when there's negativity around me, I feel it a lot. I protect my environment and my space a lot because of that. And I think that's one thing we can do. But I don't want you, if you're someone who is a very sensitive person, who's very tuned in, to think I have to change who I am. I actually have to grow a different organ than the organ that I have right now, right? Skin is our largest organ. And it doesn't need to be any thicker than it is today for you to be in business and be loud. And this client in particular is someone who speaks, who tells the truth, who shows up for integrity and high levels of growth and high level of expectation. This is someone who holds the top of the line for the industry that they're in. So they're out there not just talking about what they do and being among the voices. They're being one of the voices at the top with the highest expectations for the practice that they do. So it's a big deal, right? It's a big deal that they keep talking. One of the things I think about when there are people out there talking and they're the ones at the top, they're the ones who are setting the tone. The tone runs downhill and it loses power the further away from you it gets. So if you're the one up there, it's got to be good. You got to be willing to speak it. Some might say preach it and get behind it. And that's when I thought about the 4 steps to not worrying about it. That's what I was thinking about. So number 1, you have to let yourself feel it. Not forever. You don't have to let it take you out, but I do think it's appropriate to be a human being and have a response to what is happening. Some of what we will get is good truth for us to take in, and it will inform our practices. Some of it is a bunch of BS that has no place in the landscape of your mind, and that is okay. And some of it is praise that's just people blowing smoke. And that's like, and then some of it's specific praise that is people really seeing you. And that's amazing. Like, I think if we're going to let the good stuff land, we also have to let the negative stuff land. So that's my first thing, is like, you have to let yourself feel it. You have to understand what's coming in to a certain extent. It's okay to worry that I'm going to go say big things. I'm going to go say very true things. I'm going to be someone who lives my beliefs, and I'm going to go out there and say them loudly and feel it. Like, I think it would be weird if you didn't, right? So there's a level of letting yourself experience it without dragging yourself through it that I think we want to allow for. I think to be someone who's so constricted that nothing gets in, I don't think that's what you want, right? So be a human, be who you are, let it live. The second thing is, I want you to check in on your values and your mission. Because if you're going to be someone who says things that are true, that matter to you, that are leading a field to do better, be better, go in better directions, then you need to be doing that in a way that's aligned with your values, right? Because if I'm saying that kind of stuff and I'm asking of myself that kind of intensity, then I need to have really strong supports that I lean on internally. So if one of your values is rigor, that would make sense, right? And I can lean on that, like, no, I'm bringing to this the best that I can and the best that I can bring together in this instance. If you have a value of integrity, like I do, then it's like, no, I can say this because I can say this and you could come at me and I would be calm and grounded and sure because I believe in what I'm saying. I'm okay to say this because I am in integrity saying this, right? So, this client, we can do this in session. But think through, what are my values that have me have this business and have me wanting to speak out in this way? Who am I that I showed up for this? That this is my calling, that this is the work I want to do, and lean on those. The other side of this is you can also have a mission, which for some folks is real similar to their values, and others, it's a different statement. So your vision, your mission might be a very strong and clear thing. Like, I show up to do X for these people, for this population. And if that's true for you, then what you're saying is the only question ever in your mind has to be, did I show up for them and do what I meant to do? Yes or no? And if the answer is yes, then everything can roll off your back, right? But if it's, oh, I missed the mark on that one, then there's something in there for us to reflect on and to grow from and to adapt the message. And that's okay. That doesn't mean anything went wrong. Like, we're always evolving and adapting. I think we have to get it wrong sometimes. It's okay. It's a part of growth and getting it right. So lean on those, lean on your values and your mission. The third thing is to decide how you'll do this. So if I know what my values are and I'm going to choose to decide to show up in this way, then I don't negotiate with that decision. So for this client, I know that it is her choice to show up, to be a person out front of a movement, of an expectation, of a mission, and she loves it. So let's decide that this is who you are, this is how you do it, and this is why. And then the fourth step is keep deciding that, because commitment isn't a decision that we make one time. It's the decision that we keep making again and again and again. At every speaking event you do, with every new signature talk that you write, with every new statement that you boldly make on social media, you are committing and recommitting to your mission and to your vision and to what you're putting out there. So I hope that you never grow thick skin. I hope that you always feel it. And I hope that you keep talking, that you stay loud, and that you stay connected to your mission, and that your mission adapts and changes when it needs to, because you know better, right? Because that's what we learned from Dr. Maya Angelou, is that when we know better, we do better. And from what I know about this person I'm talking to and about that we're all getting the benefit of listening to, is that that's who you are. And so we know that, right? You don't have to hide, because you know you're someone who can handle evolving and keeping going. All right. Thank you for the question. Like I said, if anyone else has a question, bring it on. I love a good call and response on the podcast. And I also just want to make a shout out. I got to meet up with Erin, my awesome OBM assistant, in this business for 5 years as of today. And I feel like that says a lot about both of us. And that she's someone who goes into people's business and stays there a long time and supports people in really cool ways. And Erin, thank you so much for being a part of my business and so many of our clients' experiences working with me. That was really fun. Let's keep going. Let's do another 10. I think we both have it in us. All right, everybody. Like I said, if you want my support in business, Comfortable in Business is open for enrollment. Hit me up. I want to hear about your business and what you're creating. All right, share this episode with a friend who needs that little nudge to stay permeable and stay strong.